Welcome viewers, this is Winch here. I'm showing you some scores of my experience with the new LSAT support class weapon that was available in the last close quarters content weapon package, which a lot of people have been criticizing lately. By the way, Battlefield Premium, in particular the new August content drop and this and that. I'm not understanding what everybody's griping about, guys. For me, it feels like $50 is a very great bargain for what I'm getting with all this content. I mean, for $50 with Battlefield Premium, you get every single weapon or every single DLC content package release, and how many map packs is that? I mean, we got like Back to Karkins, we get Close Quarters, we get Armored Kill, in game, and then I think Aftermath. I mean, 5? I mean, and then we get how many weapons were in Back to Karkin, how many weapons were in Close Quarters. I mean, they're adding weapons. I mean, like dozens of weapons that you get with all that. You get vehicles like the AC-130. I mean, these are things that change the whole feel of the game, guys. I don't know what everybody's griping about. So to me, I'm extremely pleased with Premium. I think it's a good buy. And if you don't have it, I would encourage you to scrap up the funds to do so. With that being said, I'm showing you LSAT review. And a lot of you guys are probably like, why are you doing a 19-minute review of the LSAT? Well, you know what? I feel kind of somewhat passionately about this gun. I really had a lot of fun playing with it. As you can see in those scores in the beginning, I showed you these are 4 consecutive matches I played with this game, and 4 games in a row on Team Deathmatch. I was by far the leader on top of the scoreboard every time, and I'm not trying to brag or anything there. What I'm saying is, this gun does not deserve the negative publicity everybody's spitting out about it. There's nothing fundamentally broken about this gun. You just got to know how to use it. You got to know its loadout. You got to get used to its feel, and you'll capitalize on that once you understand, just like any gun, the limitations of your weapon and how to basically capitalize on knowing its strengths, and then utilizing that on the fly, and you'll get some big kills. I mean, on one match, I went I think on this Wake Island match, yeah, you saw in the beginning there, I went 44-5. I got a 19 kill streak on that match, and consistently I was getting 19, 18, and 20 kill streaks all day long with this gun, and lots of combat efficiency ribbons, and as a result, there you go, the combat efficiency medal. And look at that guy smawing my ass. Oh my god. Yeah, they were getting kind of pissed at me. So, what is it about this gun? Why do people hate it so much? I think, again, people go in there with a mindset thinking, this gun's crap, is crap, then they pick it up and they get killed by it first time they use it. Like, yeah, it's crap, and they never touch it again. You look at my battle log, and you'll see I have 1,000 kills plus, consistently with at least, I don't know, 12, 13 guns at least, I think. I use a gun for a long time. Not only do I master it, but, I want to get at least 500 kills with the gun before I try to, develop or formulate a consensus with it. So, now that I've got, I was gaming with this gun today, and I instantly picked up 500 kills with this gun. So I'm like, okay, this gun's certainly not as bad as everybody thinks it is. In situations like this, throw out the bipod and just kill as many guys as you want. Kill the whole team. This gun just puts them down. I mean, what is that, 6, 7 guys right there I just put down? Even under suppressive fire, this gun handles with a bipod very well. And on the run and gun situation with under suppressive fire, this gun just pulled down the trigger. You got 200 rounds in a magazine. Again, people don't really appreciate how effective that is at just changing the course of a battle, changing the tide of a battle. Support class can be a game changer every single game with that kind of firepower. Are you going to be doing the highest damage in the game? No. And that's one criticism this gun draws from a lot of the players out there, is this role confusion. People don't know how to play with this gun. They're like, well, I don't know if it's a belt-fed weapon, so but it doesn't kill like the M60 does or the PKP. Well, that's because it doesn't do the damage of those weapons. And right here, you see me putting claymores in this building here. This is, again, the middle of, I think, a 19 kill streak or something like that. Is this camping? No. I'm sniper baiting these windows. I'm moving around. I'm on top of the roof. Again, big sniper bait up there. I'm basically fighting 360 degrees around me. And I've got claymores to cover my flank. That's an absolute vital tactic assault class guys use. And claymores are not nearly as effective as they used to be, but they can still kill guys in these narrow corridors or these stairwells. So that's one area they're still strong in. But as you can see here, I mean, at any point in time, I can take fire from any kind of gun, pretty much any direction possible. Why the team's not choosing to do that, I don't know, but a few of them do foolishly try to run up these stairwells and meet their demise with a little surprise at some point in time on that stairwell. But again, shooting through these, I love throwing out the bipod real quick to get those accurate laser beam type shots, and the LSAT's certainly just a beautiful weapon with a bipod deployed. It can certainly shoot accurately, unlike the PKP with a bipod deployed. Now the stats in this weapon, again, they're not the best. It only does a 25 damage and a minimum of 18, with a 0.4 vertical recoil and a 0.35 left and right pull. So very similar to a lot of the light machine guns out there. And certainly not on par with the heavier LMGs like the M60 that do 34 damage per bullet. So certainly does much less damage and a abysmal fire rate, which a lot of people criticize as well. At I believe, was it 650 rounds a minute, if I recall correctly? Yeah. But your bullets do fly quickly out of the gun. At least it's got that going for it. Because I think this has some kind of special rimfire ammunition or something like that. Not that they really take that into account in the game development, but the bullets do travel fast, but unfortunately the fire rate in this gun is slow. So in close quarters, you're probably not going to have that much success with this gun. And again, that's about the case with any support class weapon. This gun, in close quarters, you're not going to be putting down the AEKs, F2000s, the M16A3s. You're just not going to do it unless you flank the team. And that's what support class is all about, flanking the team, outsmarting those players with the better guns, because that's what those guns are designed to do. They're designed to kill other players, whereas this gun's more about killing teams. This is a team killing gun, and that's why I love support. And you can notice how difficult it is on Wake Island to get these kind of big kill streaks. This is why, because as soon as you're looking one direction, you better look the other way, because they're spawning behind you or they're shooting at you across the map. You're basically vulnerable to fire 360 degrees in this battlefield because there's elevation advantages and stuff like that. So you got to have your wits about you with this map, this very difficult map on Team Deathmatch. But there's lots of cover, and that's what you got to use with support. Cover's your friend with support. Again, your weapon is not the best on the battlefield. It's certainly not the strongest. But you do have a lot of rounds and a lot of love to give the other team whenever you outsmart them. So as you can see, as I'm progressing through this map, I'm running through bushes here. I'm laying down prone. I'm taking a moment to recover my health whenever I get some random grenade like that taking me out. And then I'm deploying the bipod, and I won't be afraid to go head-to-head against a sniper with a bipod deployed and shoot rounds at the whole team across the map, because I know there's nothing that can outshoot me at those ranges as long as I make sure I'm firing first. If I'm taking fire, I'm running for cover. But if I'm not taking fire, I'm delivering fire, and I'm making sure the enemy team's keeping their head down. Again, chewing through multiple enemies, I love doing it. Do it all day long. When I'm taking fire, again, I'm pulling back, getting cover, soliciting the help of my team to help me take on assault class guys like that guy had M16A3. And I'm being smart about my reload times, because this gun's got a extremely long belt-fed reload time. So I only reload when I got teammates around me and I know it's safe. But again, with 200 rounds in the magazine, you certainly can be firing a long time, particularly at 650 rounds a minute, and not having to worry about reloads. But you know what? I think this is the only gun in the game I've actually got a genuine multi-kill with. I actually destroyed 4 guys simultaneously with this gun. Unfortunately, I wasn't recording at the time, but the actual have that happen is a pretty much a rarity in Battlefield 3, because I don't think it gives you enough time to really absorb that multi-kill credit before it just says it's a double kill or whatever. Here I knew there's a guy coming through there, so what am I gonna do? Yeah, this is camping. I'm sorry, but I typically don't do that very much. But as you can see here, I'm very smart about my angle of exposure. I try to expose as little as my body as possible, and where I think I know the team's coming from, I'm trying to give myself the tactical advantage with my weapon and delivering the maximum amount of firepower this gun's capable of doing. In a moment, you'll really see me capitalize on that here. But again, this map is all about kind of chasing the tail in terms of knowing where the team's spawning at, and making sure that you time your advances strategically. You just don't charge up there where you're the lone guy, unless you know, with certainty that you've got a cover advantage and you know you're not going to be, too vulnerable. I mean, there's no, it's all about kind of risk management. There's inherent risk anytime you're being aggressive, but it's all about mitigating that and trying to manage it and time it appropriately. So that was the end of a big kill streak there, but I'm going to go on and just rack up kill streak after kill streak on this particular match. Again, using this weapon in certain circumstances like this is where this gun is going to be unstoppable. Get some cover up here, pop up on this biopod. I've got almost none of my body exposed, and this is what I love to see all day long with support class. And it's not just with this LSAT weapon. Pretty much any support class weapon in these scenarios would be deadly. But look at these range shots with this gun. Absolutely no recoil at all with this gun. Just keep serving it up. I will shoot guys down all day long at this range with this weapon. But again, I just don't sit in one place. Again, this, as you can see, people are coming up behind me here. And you got to be prepared for that. Got to watch that mini-map. It's absolutely critical to your survival. Come back here again. I address the threat behind me, and now I know they're going to be over here behind me again. And we'll pop it up here again here in a second. I'm just constantly moving, shooting, reloading when it's appropriate, laying low. That's what this is all about. Now, it surprised me just how quick I got the master dog tag with this gun. Again, 500 kills almost happened instantly, it seemed like, with this gun. So I think it's a good gun in a lot of ways. Don't go in there with the mindset that this gun's bad, because it isn't. And this is what happens when you start setting the tone on the battlefield. When you start destroying the team with a certain gun that people don't understand, they want to start using it, and that's what this guy did. I think he's the only one that really killed me on this match, and he was using the LSAT. So what does that tell you? That's kind of funny. But, I was chuckling there when he took me out with that, because, again, I know I like to be the trendsetter, so to say, and when you're massacring the team with one particular gun, people take notice of that, and they want to understand, well, how is he doing that? That gun's crap. I don't understand, Now, right here again, I don't know what happened there, but again, even caught off guard, and that was an epic fail on his behalf, but even caught off guard, I still managed to put that guy down. It was a quick turnaround and shoot, full auto, and he got the teabag. I'm sorry. A lot of people criticize me about the teabag, but I think it's kind of humorous. Yeah, it's just a child to me, guys. I'm sorry. You just can't outgrow it. Again, here, reanalyzing where I think the team's going to be. It's about knowing, where to charge up, throwing up grenades, keeping their heads down, and then you'll just see me here. This is full-on aggressive firepower as best. Got that guy suppressed, throwing bullets around his teammate, and now I'm going to take on 3 guys at once. Put him down real quick. That guy got revived, and you'll see me there. Basically, what I do when I'm taking on multiple guys like this, and I can't, basically shoot them simultaneously, I'll just throw bullets at you to suppress you, move on back to the guy I was hitting before, kill him, then I'll go back to you right as your suppressive fire's, dissipating. That's a tactic I use a lot in support class. It's fundamental to your success. There's my little LSAT buddy again. Nice dog tags, by the way. How do you get those? I mean, I have them in my inventory, but I can't display them. Kind of like my dice-approved dog tag. Where's that at? Yeah, I'm still waiting on it, guys. These final clips here, I got about, I go 3 more here. This is actually the first time I use this weapon, Operation Firestorm Team Deathmatch. Again, you would think this is not a good map for close quarter, for a support class, because it's real close quarters kind of combat. Over those containers in these buildings. You're always coming up against guys with assault class weapons or shotguns. Whoa! I think I just got a close shave from that RPG going like inches from my face. But For some reason, I still come in here, and again, even with the team spawning all over me, I'm still able to outshoot them with a continuous firepower. You know, playing smartly, flanking, moving, and kind of weaving in and out of these containers. Over here, I know there's some enemies inside this building, so I've used these windows to my advantage and expose as little of my body as possible while delivering, you know, constant suppression from this gun. And you notice I don't put like squad suppression or anything in my squad perk. Squad sprint's where I like to have it when I'm on team deathmatch, because I like to have that speed advantage. And then of course I come around and flank 2 more guys there, and this guy managed to shoot me through 2 teammates right in front of me. That was interesting. Right here again, coming through these containers again, I'm going to see a guy here to my 10 o'clock position. He sees me, he charges up front, I flank around him, and he's shooting at nothing. Because, again, fancy footwork, that's what it's about in this game a lot of times. That's how you take out assault class guys, both those guys. That guy just had an AEK. You got to outsmart assault class guys. If you try to take them on head-to-head, you're going to lose 9 times out of 10 having a support class gun, particularly shooting this rate. And I always know on team deathmatch, there's always a guy over there. I just always throw a grenade there, and there's always one camping next to the trailer, and more times than not, I always seem to get kills in there. Approaching this, I know I just took fire from that second balcony, so what I'm going to do is withdraw, flank, let him try to shoot at me, you know, or I'm going to try to go around. I'm not going to sit around and try to take him on head-to-head. I know he's up there in that second balcony. They always are. He's even got a teammate here guarding him, which I'll take out. Then I'll take him out. And then I'm going to resurvey. I know there's other people in here. See a guy up here in this balcony. And now I'm going to deploy the bipod, because this is where I need that laser beam effectiveness. I need to have that accuracy to be able to shoot through those windows at that range and take out that small amount of body that was exposed there. So again, having that quick ability to deploy the bipod allows you to get those kind of kills. Not in addition to holding down entire sectors of the map. You know, that's where support class really shines. And then when you start setting the tone like that, people start running. They run from you, they're scared, they're suppressed. They're just trying to get distance between you and them. And, you know, unfortunately for them, you know, the shark hunts you down and goes in for the kill. So a lot of fun this gun is. It certainly does not merit the negative attention that it has received. I don't know why people kind of get on the bandwagon, and this goes with anything in life. You know, don't believe everything you hear until you see it for yourself or you have facts to back it up. This gun's not bad in any means. I like it. I'll be gunning with it more. It has a different feel. Again, it's like a hybrid between the belt-fed LMGs and the light machine guns. It's kind of like a blend between the two, and I see what the DICE team was trying to do with this weapon, and I appreciate that, because it is a good combination. Again, here, just guys all around me, spawning up around me. Let's go, you know, to my right, to my left, bring it on. I mean, before they even pull the trigger, they're almost dead. So, you know, lots of survivability potential with this gun, lots of team wipe potential as well. Flanking is a critical tactic with this weapon, as well as, you know, smart gameplay, knowing your limitations, capitalizing on the enemy's weaknesses. And surprise, of course, is a big element with this weapon as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if it helped you out. I encourage you to try this weapon. And when I mean try, actually spend a lot of time with it, just like any gun. You have to understand it. It just doesn't come naturally. You have to, you know, put some work into it. And it will reward you if you take the time to try this weapon out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for all your comments again, and I'll have more videos to come. And Armored Kill right around the corner. I believe it comes out this week. So thanks for watching again, guys, and I'll have more to come.